Hi guys, and welcome back. After finishing the first video, I got back to work on the game and started ticking off the first big to-do, adding a second character. I did it by modifying the player into a sort of template, which I can set to be either the first or the second player. It'll show the correct sprites and follow the right inputs, allowing me to easily modify them both without having to keep two separate entities up to date. On the topic of the second player, I recolored the original player sprite and I'm using it right now as a second player. I'll probably change this later, but right now the recolor works. After that was done, I started work on creating my own camera system, which can zoom in and out according to where the characters are, which took far too long. It probably took so long because I refused to watch a tutorial about it, but oh well. I wanted to show you how I did it, and if anyone has any improvements, please let me know in the comments. I firstly had a single camera scene, which gets all children of the main scene in the player group, and adds them to a variable, meaning that it can directly interact with both the players and read their individual variables. It then calculates the middle of both players by adding up both positions and then dividing them by 2, allowing for even tracking of both players. After I had that figured out, I started working on the zooming out, for which I had a plan. I would use a visible on-screen notifier 2D, which is a node in Godot that detects if the node is on screen. And I would use it on the player, which then activates a variable which triggers the camera to zoom out if the player is outside of the screen. After I had done that, I went to making the zooming back in, which was a pain. I tried to use the same visible on-screen notifier 2D and corresponding variables, but it didn't work. The camera would jitter when it got too close to the player. The problem was that when the camera zoomed in and the player was too close to the edge, the visible on-screen notifier 2D would not be on screen anymore, and the camera would have to zoom back out again. It then zooms out too far, the visible on-screen notifier 2D is on screen again, and the camera would have to zoom back in, causing it to jitter uncontrollably. It took me a while to fix this, but I did it by adding 4 other visible on-screen notifier 2Ds around the player, and if any one of them goes off screen, it changes a different variable, stopping the camera zooming in before it actually covers the player, and has to zoom back out. That's all for now, as I got stuck on the camera system for way too long, but I actually managed to make some art, so that should now be rolling in the background. I hope to see you in the next devlog, and have a good day.